Okay, everybody, we're gonna start to create our self-portrait. That means a picture of ourself. We're gonna work on drawing the face features on our head, cutting out our ears, our neck, and also our hair. And then later we'll talk about adding these winter clothes, our hat, our scarf, and our mittens. What you're gonna start with first is your big white piece of paper. It's a very large piece of paper. And we're gonna start to cut out our head, our ears, our neck, and draw the face features on our face. So to cut out your head, you're gonna start with a tracer. This is what you're gonna trace onto your colored paper that matches your skin color. So find a colored piece of paper, a peach or a tan that matches you. Place this tracer on top, on the middle of your paper. Find a pencil and trace your circle, your oval. Now put your hand right in the middle and then all around the circle. Make sure your pencil is touching the tracer all the way around. If you need to move your hands over, that's fine. Once you think you've traced your whole circle, you're gonna take this off and then cut out your circle for your head. So take your scissors and just go all the way around. Very carefully, nice and slow on the curved lines. Okay. Now this scrap right here, I'm gonna keep this because this is what I'm gonna use to cut out the ears on the side of my head. So I'll keep this at my spot. And now I'm gonna start to draw the face features on my head. So we need to draw our eyes, our nose, our mouth, and even some details like our eyebrows and our eyelashes. So what you're gonna start with is your eyes. You have a little tracer again at your table, a little black thick piece of paper to trace your eyes. You're gonna place this tracer, two of them in the middle of your head like this, and kind of space them out a little bit so there's a little space in between them and a little space on the sides of your head. Your eyes should also not be way up on your forehead or way down below by your chin. They should be kind of right in the middle of your oval head. A little bit more towards the top. So again, I'm gonna space them out, make sure they're right in the middle of my head, and then I'm gonna trace my two eyes. On top and on bottom, and on top and on bottom. Okay, once I've traced my two eyes, now we're gonna do some drawing. On the inside of our eye, we have a white part in the corner, we have a colorful part, either blue or brown or green, and then we have a black dot. So what I'm gonna do with my pencil is start with the big colorful circle in the middle. So looking at my eye, I'm gonna draw a big circle in the middle. So I'm just gonna look at, starting at the top here, go around and make sure this big circle touches the edges of the eye. Same thing on this side, make sure it's a very big circle and it touches the edges on top of the eye. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna go inside and make a circle. The black circle in the middle of our eye is called our pupil. It helps us to see. Okay, now I'm gonna draw my nose, my mouth, and my eyebrows. For now, I'm just gonna draw a curvy line above my eyes, kind of matches the curve of the top of the eye. So your eyebrows shouldn't touch each other, they should be separate, a little space there, and they should end right about where your eye ends, right there. Okay, down below my eyes, right in the middle of my face here, I'm just gonna make a little simple U-shaped curve for my nose. And then down below in this space, I'm just gonna make a smile. You can make your smile in a different way than mine, that's okay, but I'm just gonna make a curve and a little tiny curve on the side of my mouth. You could also get really fancy and you could go and make some lips if you really want, up and down like that, or you could just keep it one line. Okay, now it's time to color in some of our face features. I'm going to get a red for my mouth. I'm gonna get a blue and a white for my eyes and a black and even some yellow because my hair is blonde. So I'm gonna make my eyebrows a little bit yellowish. So I'm gonna go get some oil pastels. I know I need a white. I know I need a blue and a black and a red and a yellow. So I'm gonna find all of these oil pastels and put them on the side of my paper here. I'm gonna start with my black oil pastel and I'm gonna go over all the pencil lines that I made just to make them stand out a little bit more. So really carefully go over my eyebrow lines. I'm gonna go over my eye lines. and the inside of the circles. Now once I get to the black dot in the middle of my eye, I can just color that right in because I know that that's black, so I'm just going to color it in. I'm going to go down to my nose and the little lines of my mouth. Okay, so I've got all my face features drawn in. If you want to add some little tiny lines above your eye with your oil pastel to make some eyelashes, that's fine, or you can just keep them how they are. Okay, next I need to color some things in. I know the corners of my eyes are white, so I'm going to take my white and very carefully just try and cover in those little corners of the eye. Try not to touch the black too much because when the white oil pastel mixes with the black on the side, it gets a little bit grayish. So try and keep it separate from the black there. Okay, big circle in my eye, that's the colorful part of our eye. That's called our iris. Mine is blue. Some of yours might be brown or green. So you decide what color your eyes are and color in the big circle around the black dot of your eye. I'm really trying to make sure I press hard with my oil pastel and I get all those peach spots covered up. Okay, it looks pretty good so far. I just need to color my mouth. So if you want to keep your mouth just a black line, that's fine. I like to go over it a little bit with some red because our mouths are kind of a reddish color. And if you drew some lips, you can just color those in red or pink if you like. Or you can keep them peach. Okay, looks pretty good here. So I have my face. The last thing we're gonna work on today is cutting out our ears and our neck. So using this scrap paper at my table, I'm gonna cut out some ears here. So with my pencil, I'm just gonna take a curvy line and then cut it in half. This is kind of like a half circle. So I'm going to do this twice in the paper that I have left here. We want these to be pretty big, not really teeny tiny because they're going to fit on the side of our big head here. Okay, once I cut those out, I can kind of measure them and see, does that look like the right size or should I make them bigger or smaller? I think mine look pretty correct, so I'm going to keep them. Your ears should kind of be almost the same size as your eye here. So if it kind of covers up your eye, you know you're in the right track. Okay, I have my ears here. Now finally at my table, there are some rectangles for our neck. Our neck goes right below our mouth, like that. So if I have all these pieces, I'm gonna start to glue them down. I'm gonna start with my head. So put these pieces aside. Flipping my head over, I'm just going to take a little bit of glue with my bottle. Now watch how I do this. A little tiny line around the outside. Since this is such a big shape, we need a lot of glue, but not a big glob in the middle. Once I have that, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna put it in the middle of my paper. See, I'm leaving a space at the top and a big space at the bottom. Then on the sides, I'm gonna just do a little tiny line around for my ears. My ears should go right across from my eyes. And a little bit on the other ear, and right across from the other eye in the same spot. And then finally, just a little bit of glue on my neck here. My neck is gonna go right below my mouth like this, poking out a little bit. I like to put it underneath the circle of the head. Okay, if you have all of this done today, you can stop. That's all we're gonna work on today. Make sure you put your name on the back or on the top, and then we are done for the day today.